Okay, another 10 and 3. I can't remember if I played a black today or not. Okay, let's capture the pawn. Attack the queen. Again, just focusing on basic, simple chess, common sense maneuvers. Gonna see if we can exchange the queen. Things that make sense in the general sphere of basic chess. Things that make sense to you. Just gonna take the queen off the board. And X-ray through to the king, potentially doubling the pawns if need be. Going to, take the knight, so it does weaken this area a bit. Developing the knight, so you don't have to move fast. We have a 3-second increment. Looking to basically get castled, basic chess. In certain circumstances, you don't have to rush to go and castle if it looks fairly decent in terms of, yes, I can continue developing my pieces because the opponent has got weak areas that I can manage. So don't rush too much about the castling aspect. Like now, there's no immediate threats. It's just this bishop can come here, but we can block. So I'm actually going to castle first because we are wanting to move this pawn up. And if we hadn't, he would be able to stop us from castling. Smallest of details. So now they're attacking our unprotected pawn. And we don't really have anything that can defend apart from the knight coming back here. Which makes sense, common sense. This move can work. So we'll bring it back, protecting the pawn. But we don't want the knight staying there forever, so we need to fashion some sort of way of attacking the bishop. This pawn is under threat, so the bishop can come and protect it. It's also X-raying through to their pawn as well. Okay, right, so now the knight can come here, does double our pawns, or it can come here to look to attack, but the knight is protecting this pawn. So we may as well bring this rook here defending this pawn before we decide to move the knight to make it more of an attacking piece. But it all depends on what the opponent's doing next. I'm assuming the bishop's coming out, either pushing this pawn to fianchetto or something, to castle kingside. I'm hoping they don't. Gives us time to get our pieces into some sort of attacking formation. So they've moved that pawn off of the line of the bishop, which gives us time to move our knight here, with the plan, as we mentioned, of moving it here to attack the bishop. So it looks like not a lot's happened, but we've explained each of the movements in terms of the attacking, bit of damage here with the double pawns, then coming back and defending pawns that are being attacked. He's looking to double our pawns. We could move the knight because there's nothing behind, there's nothing X-raying. So we could move the knight, which feels a lot better. And we're not going to move it here because it's just jammed in from the bishop. I'm actually going to move the knight. There's potential for the pawn, smaller piece hitting a higher piece. So again, as you can see, we're not jumping out of our own half. We're looking for the opponent to overextend. And so we could do the smaller piece attacking. If we bring the knight here, the bishop does have space to come here. But then a smaller piece again could attack it. But then it can just lock itself in the center here, attacking this pawn. So do we hit the bishop first with this one? Or do we move the knight? I'm actually going to attack the bishop first. So we have the story, potentially coming here, to go here, to go here. Always be mindful, they're just going to jump. Oh, that didn't come in. So this knight's got no protection, but we can push this pawn onto the bishop. So then it's jumping here, we can attack it. Could do a side-side, not focus so much on one side or the other. gone back again, so it's not doubling the pawns this time because the knight is there. So we could take this knight off the board first. Then the pawn has to take, then the knight takes, and then it's doubling more pawns. This pawn has got no protection, but we would be able to support here. I think we're going to go with that. That's the move order. We're going to take, looking for a bit of disruption coming into this end of the mid-game type thing. Oh, they've not dropped. They've not taken. Or maybe it was a mouse slip. I don't know. So we could take and put a check on the king. Drops down. Yeah, he's proposed a take back. Oh! I send it. I've pressed the wrong thing every time. Why is mine not working? Oh, I'm pressing proposed take back. Oh, damn it. I shouldn't have pressed the X. Maybe I'd have to make a move and then he's just going to resign now, isn't he? There we go. Take back. I had to move first before it took it. I've sent the take back thing. He's not taking it. Okay. So come here, maybe. Yeah. Or here. There, the king comes down for it. Pawn can go up and defend. Alright, fair enough. I did send the take back thing to them. They've not taken it. Let's crack on then. And they move the king again. And do we just attack this bishop? We do have a check on the king, but I don't want to chase it around with a single knight. We need more of the team in there if we can. And we can take now, I think. If we takes... Or do we go opposite the rook first? I think we're just going to take, or else we lose a bit of momentum. The knight is down, rook is down, sorry. And we could attack, but he's going to take the pawn. Going to support the pawn with the pawn. Common sense stuff, but he's going to double his rooks. He's doing the basics, which is good. He's going to end up doubling the rooks. He's owning the file. I don't think there's any way out of it. I come here, he just comes with the king. Can't push, the king just takes. Alright, okay, let's support the pawn anyway. We're going to lose the pawn anyway, even if it takes, because it's got 2 on 1 there. The king is down. Could put a check on the king. Not sure if that was, because if we take, then his rook just takes the knight. If we come here and attack the queen, we're attacking the pawn. I'm going to bring the knight around. So we're taking our time trying to find the better moves. He's supporting the pawn, man. So we could hit the king with the pawn here. Checks first, he just drops though. Could hit the bishop. Bishop just attacks the knight, we don't really want that. Could hit the rook. Rook looks trapped to me. Oh no, it's not, it can come here. It can go there. So if we went like this, then the bishop goes there. And we hit the rook. The rook is... Oh no, bishop goes... No, we hit the bishop. Bishop moves. We push onto the rook. The pawn is protecting this square. The knight is protecting that square. It looks like the rook is going to be trapped. I'm going to hit the bishop. Might not pan out like that, but I'm going to hit the knight or the rook. It's got a 2-on-1 though, hasn't it? But we're hitting a higher piece. That was the idea. Okay. Got to check on my king. Oh my days, that's not the way it's supposed to look. And now I'm going to be losing these pots. Oh no. Okay, fair enough. That was too arty. Let's put a check on the king through the bishop. But I don't have anything that can attack the bishop. Ah, oh, man. Let's take... Yeah, that was a bit too arty, I think. Didn't look at the result of the bishop being... Ooh, this looks interesting. Gonna get a free rook. So strangely it turned out again in our favour. It was still in our favour because we had the rook, 2 rooks against the bishop and the rook. But the continuation, I think I fluffed it a bit there and they've resigned. Definite quick look at the analysis on that one. Just on that end bit really. So they're dancing around. So we're causing a bit of damage with the double pawns, but as we know, double pawns doesn't mean you've lost the game per se. It does help if you're getting towards the end game. Yeah, that was the mistake, but they should have taken. And I pressed the wrong thing, apologies, but I did then request the take back and they didn't take it, so we carried on. So I just want to see this arty bit here where we messed up. See what impact that's got. So it doesn't... It just dropped 1 point. Rook takes, knight takes. Oh, it only dropped 1 point. There's nothing to worry about. Oh. Oh, that's marvellous. Okay, that's good, that's good, that's good. Alright, okay, so it dropped 1 point. But the idea, as we were talking about, was that was going to get trapped. We focused so much on the rook getting trapped that didn't really look at the impact of, oh, they've got like a 2-on-1 here. But it didn't have a major impact in the game. It's just, it's not what I was expecting. So I'm just thinking now, what else could I have done? Could have taken the pawn, I suppose, couldn't we? Got free support in there. Doesn't drop as much. Yeah, so taking the pawn doesn't drop as much.